Is Israel building a military base in Lebanon where it once tortured thousands of people? Take a look at this 2023 satellite image of the Khiam detention center. Now here's the same site in June 2026. These images obtained by AJ Plus show the infamous camp has been razed, with new construction already underway.
If this ends up being a military site, it would be the biggest Israeli base yet inside Lebanon.
For years, the detention center overlooked the southern border town of Khiam. For many Lebanese, the town is inseparable from Israel's legacy of torture there.
تعرضت للجلد هيك ركعوني تركيا وكب مي وتوقيف برا وتركيا بالحمام وانا مكيسه الكلب بيجوا يفوتوا مني يصيروا يضلوا بالبدايه حتى.
Using satellite imagery and open source analysis, we investigated what is being built where the Khiam detention center once stood. First, some context. Long before it became a detention center, the site was known as Fort Khiam. It was built in 1933 during the French Mandate and served as a military barracks. After Lebanon's independence in 1943, it became a Lebanese army base. The history of the site would forever change during Israel's occupation of southern Lebanon from 1978 until 2000. Israel's proxy militia, the South Lebanon Army, turned it into the largest interrogation and torture camp in the country.
Previous detainees were quite a wide range of people with different political affiliations, from the PLO to the Communist Party to Hezbollah to even just citizens in South Lebanon that were resisting the Israeli occupation.
This is Ahmed Baidoun, a Lebanese open source researcher and architect. In 2019, he unexpectedly visited Khiam, which had been turned into a memorial after Israel's withdrawal from Lebanon in 2000.
And it didn't let go of me. There was this weight to the site and something it held that you felt the moment you entered.
That visit inspired Ahmed to build this virtual reconstruction of the detention center, a site that was the physical evidence of what happened to some 5,000 detainees who were often held without charge or trial.
ضرب شريط الشاي اللي فيه مسامير حديد المطرح ما بيجي على جسيم بيقدر يحجزها ببلش يشيل الدم المطرح ما بيجي الكهرباء كذلك الأمر.
The South Lebanon Army also locked some detainees in the site's infamous red box, a metal container so small it was known as the chicken coop.
هذه كان ينحط فيها لساعات 5 ساعات 6 ساعات 4 ساعات اللي هي أبشع ما بيشوفها الإنسان.
For years, detainees were not allowed access to lawyers or even family visits. The International Committee of the Red Cross was allowed to visit Khiam after more than 10 years of repeatedly requesting access.
هذه الغرفة لما دخل الصليب الأحمر دول تم تحسينها لهالشكل، لا كان في توتي ولا سقف مرفوع ولا هالضوء الموجود.
In March 2026, reports confirmed that Israeli forces had entered the town of Khiam. That's when Baidoun ordered this satellite image.
I had caught the exact moment the prison was being taken apart. What we can see is basically excavators, which are those small blue specks that you can see, tearing through the prison buildings and scraping the whole thing to bare earth.
Since 2024, Israel has set up 5 military outposts inside southern Lebanon that stretch across much of the country's border. Baidoun believes this construction visible at Khiam marks the early stages of his 6th base.
What we can see from the image in June is a complete reconfiguration of the site, basically a huge construction site happening and some machinery still at work flattening the land.
Baidoun says the nearby Hamamis Hill outpost offers the closest comparison of what is being built at Khiam.
So that base shows you what these positions become once they mature. So there's this rampart, which is this mini hill made of soil surrounding the site. There's also this newly established road leading into the site with only one access point. Then you have these installments and containers, which is basically a military base within the site.
What makes the Khiam site a strategic location?
Because it sits at 750 meters in altitude, overlooks the town of Khiam, but it also overlooks the Israeli side of the border. So this isn't Israel pulling back to its own line and consolidating. It's building a new, bigger position and on higher ground, but also further inside Lebanon.
AJ Plus obtained this satellite image on July 6th. While no clearly identifiable military equipment is visible and we can't confirm the establishment of a military site, we notice the presence of more vehicles as well as new material on the site. Israel denies that the 5 military bases are permanent, but an Israeli soldier told Haaretz that the construction of these outposts does not appear to be temporary. Baidoun says Israel's erasure of this Lebanese chapter is not incidental.
In 2006, an Israeli strike happened in the premise of this site, and it destroyed about 2/3 of it. This was also viewed by previous detainees in this place that it was an attempt to erase its memory, even back then.
After Israel withdrew from southern Lebanon in 2000, Khiam also became a symbol of liberation. Images of residents famously breaking open the gates marked the end of occupation. For the next 26 years, visitors walked through the memorial, which preserved the detention cells, photographs, and some of the objects used to torture detainees. Its destruction erases the evidence of those abuses.
And that's why this virtual archive is quite important. And it's an attempt to preserve a version of the memory of this place, but not the full memory, because for sure the full memory of the site cannot be preserved and is impossible to keep when the structure is gone.